In this video, we will review for the solving unit. I'm going to pick up some questions from your review and work on those with you. So let's start with the first part, which is solving over 0 to 2 pi. Now let's work on number 3. 2 tangent x equals tangent x plus 1. The first thing I want to do is move all the tangents together. So if I subtract tangent x, that's going to give me tangent x equals 1. Now, the tangent is positive in the first and the third quadrant, so that will tell me that x could either be pi over 4 or 5 pi over 4. Now, since I'm solving from 0 to 2 pi, these are the only two solutions from 0 to 2 pi. Now, let's move on to number 5. Now, this is already factored for me, so what I can do is set each factor equal to 0 and solve. So if I set the first factor equal to 0, then that means that cosine of x is equal to 1, and cosine is equal to 1 when the angle is equal to 0. Or 2 pi, but 2 pi is not included in my... Oh, it is. So that means 0 is a solution and 2 pi is a solution. Now, if this is were to be a parentheses, then 2 pi cannot be a possible solution. So then let me fix that. X can either be 0 or 2 pi. Now let's move on to the second factor. Let's set it equal to 0. So that means that 2 sine of x is equal to -3. And sine x is equal to negative radical 3 over 2. Now remember that the sine is negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. So then I'm looking at those two angles. So x can either be 4 pi over 3 or 5 pi over 3. Now remember to always think about plugging in back into the original equation and checking if your solutions work. But since cosine and sine, I have no problem with those, so I don't have to check them. But when I move on to something like number 6, I have to be careful with my solutions because tangent could be sine over cosine, so there could be some extraneous solutions. Now, in order to solve something like number 6, I cannot just simply cancel out the tangent x. That would be a mistake, because I'm then canceling out one of the possible answer choices. So what I need to move is move everything to one side of the equation and factor. So tangent x isn't common, so tangent x would give me, so that's the GCF, and then cosecant x minus 1 is equal to 0. So the first factor is going to be tangent x equal to 0. So that means x could either be, what would make the tangent 0? Whatever makes the sine 0, so 0 and pi. Because sine of 0 is 0 and sine of pi is 0 as well. So these are the two possible solutions. We'll come back to them in a minute. And then let me set the other factor equal to 0, so cosecant is equal to 1. Now remember, cosecant is 1 over sine, so whatever makes the sine a 1, and that would be pi over 2. Because sine of 3 pi over 2 would give you -1. Now remember, we talked about plugging in to make sure that this works. Now remember, tangent is sine over cosine, so cosine cannot be 0. The cosine of pi over 2 is 0, so that will make this an extraneous solution. Because if you plug in pi over 2, that will give you something that's undefined. Now cosecant is 1 over sine. Sine of 0 is 0. Sine of pi is 0. So then I cannot accept those two solutions. So in this case, for something like number 6, I do not have a solution. So now let's move on to number 7, and I'm still solving from 0 to 2 pi. Now secant squared x minus 3 secant x plus 2. So this looks like a quadratic equation. So what multiplies to give me 2 and add to give me -3? That's going to be -2 and -1. So the first factor is going to be secant x minus 2 and secant x minus 1. Now I have two factors. Set each factor equal to 0 and solve. So secant x equals to 2. That means, remember, secant means cosine, so that means that cosine x is equal to 1 over 2. That means that I need to be in the first or in the fourth quadrant, so that will give me x to be equal to pi over 3 or 5 pi over 3. Now the other factor is secant x equals 1. So the second factor is secant x minus 1, so secant x equals 1. Now remember, secant again is 1 over cosine, so what would make it equal to 0? So that's 0 or 2 pi. So then this means I have 4 different solutions from 0 to 2 pi. Now let's move on to number 8, where we have a multiple angle. Sine of 3x equals 1. That means that 3x could equal to pi over 2. So that means x is equal to pi over 6. Because sine of pi over 2 is 1, so the angle is 3x, so 3x is equal to pi over 2, divided by 3, you get x equals pi over 6. But that's not the only angle that goes from 0 to 2 pi. So I need to think of the period. Period for sine is usually 2 pi. But because there's a b value, the period is changing. It's 2 pi over b, which is 2 pi over 3. Now, pi over 6 is the first angle that will satisfy this equation. But remember, I have to keep adding the period until I find all of the angles from 0 to 2 pi. So 2 pi over 3 is the same thing as 4 pi over 6. So let's keep adding 4 pi over 6 until I get all of the angles. So pi over 6 plus 4 pi over 6, that will give me 5 pi over 6. And 5 pi over 6 plus 4 pi over 6, that will give me 9 pi over 6. And 9 pi over 6 plus 4 pi over 6, that will give me 13 pi over 6. But that's beyond the 0 to 2 pi, so I'm going to stop there. Now 9 and 6, that simplifies to give me 3 over 2, so that's 3 pi over 2. So I was able to find 3 angles from 0 to 2 pi. And this is pi over 6, 3 pi over 2. Now remember, I somehow already expected that because sine of 3x equals 1. That will give me only one solution. And since I have b to be 3, so 1 times 3 is 3. So I expected to have 3 different solutions. Now let's move on to number 9. So 2 cosine squared x over 2 equals 1. So I'm going to start by dividing by 2. So cosine squared of x over 2 equals 1 over 2. Now remember to square root both sides because I need the cosine. So that would give me cosine of x over 2 equals plus or minus the square root of 1 over 2, which is the same thing as radical 2 over 2. So that puts me in all of the quadrants. So that's the pi over 4 family. So then x over 2 could be any of those angles. Pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and 7 pi over 4. Now this is x over 2. I need x, so I need to multiply by 2. So that would give me pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, and 7 pi over 2. Now remember, I want all of the solutions from 0 to 2 pi. So 5 pi over 2 and 7 pi over 2 are outside that domain. So then my only 2 possible solutions are pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Now let's move on to something like number 12. Secant x, cotangent x, cosecant x equals 2. Now it would be best if I change them all to sine and cosine, so I maybe will have some things canceling, and I will end up with one trigonometric function. So secant can be written as 1 over cosine. Cotangent can be written as cosine over sine. And cosecant can be written as 1 over sine. Now the cosine cancel out, and I end up with 1 over sine squared x equals 2. So that means that sine squared x is equal to 1 over 2. So sine x, if I square root both sides, that will give me plus or minus square root of 2 over 2. Now, x then can be any of the pi over 4 family, which is pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and 7 pi over 4. And these all fit from 0 to 2 pi, so they are all acceptable equations. Now let's move on to number 13. Now what is this? Does this remind you of some formula for the tangent, where a is x over 2 and b is 3 pi over 4? So that would give me tangent of x over 2 plus 3 pi over 4 equals 1. So that means that pi over 4 is a positive number, so that puts the angle in the first and the third quadrant. So that means that the angle x over 2 plus 3 pi over 4 is equal to either pi over 4 or 5 pi over 4. So we have to solve for x separately for each one of them. So that gives me x over 2 plus 3 pi over 4 equals pi over 4, and x over 2 plus 3 pi over 4 equals 5 pi over 4. So let's solve for x in each. So if you subtract 3 pi over 4, that will give you negative 2 pi over 4, which is negative pi over 2. And if you subtract 3 pi over 4 from each over here, that will give you x over 2 equals pi over 2. Now I need to solve for x, so multiply by 2, so that will give me negative pi, and x is equal to pi. Now remember that this is a tangent, so I need to double check if that might work, because tangent is sine over cosine. So remember to plug it back in the original equation. Tangent of x, which is pi over 2. Tangent of pi over 2 is sine pi over 2 over cosine pi over 2. Cosine pi over 2 is 0, so that will give me a 0 in the denominator, so these two are not acceptable solutions, and I have no solution for something like number 13. So always remember, every single time you have a problem like this, make sure that you plug back your solutions to see if it works or not. Now we'll be solving over all real numbers, negative infinity to infinity. So let's start with number 1, negative 3 sine x equals 3. The first thing I need to do is divide by negative 3 to get the sign by itself. So the sine of x is equal to negative 1. Sine of x is equal to negative 1 at the 3 pi over 2. So the x is equal to 3 pi over 2. Now since I'm solving over all real numbers, I need to take this angle and all the coterminal angles. Since the period of sine is 2 pi, I need to add 2k pi to my answer, and then my final answer is going to be x equals 3 pi over 2 plus 2k pi. Now let's move on to number 2. First of all, I need to isolate the tangent, so I subtract by 3, and then I divide by 2, so tangent x is equal to 1. Now tangent x is positive in the first and the third quadrant, so that will give me pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. Now remember, pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4 are diagonal from each other, and since the period of the tangent is pi, if I only mention one of the angles plus k pi, that will take care of both angles. So x is equal to pi over 4 plus k pi. And that would be the solution for all real numbers. Now let's move on to number 3. Cotangent x squared equals 3. The first thing I need to do is to square root both sides. So cotangent x is equal to plus or minus root 3. That will put me in all 4 quadrants. So that's the pi over 6 family. Now pi over 6 and 7 pi over 6 are diagonal from each other, so I only need to mention one of them. So pi over 6 plus k pi, since the period for cotangent is pi. And the other solution is going to be 5 pi over 6 and the 11 pi over 6. So again, I need to mention only one of them since they are diagonal from each other. So the final solution for something like this is going to be pi over 6 plus k pi and 5 pi over 6 plus k pi. Now let's move on to something like number 9. secant x over 2 minus 2 equals 0. So the first thing I want to do is get the secant by itself by adding 2 to both sides. Now remember, secant is the same thing as cosine. So that means that cosine of x over 2 is equal to 1 over 2. Now that would give me two angles, and they are the pi over 3 angle and the 5 pi over 3 angle. So x over 2 is equal to pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. Now remember, I need x, so I need to multiply everything by 2. So that would give me x equals 2 pi over 3 and 10 pi over 3. Now remember, I'm not solving over 0 to 2 pi, so I cannot cancel the 10 pi over 3. And again, these two are not diagonal from each other, so I have to mention both of them. Now usually the period for secant is 2 pi, or for cosine is 2 pi. But now it's going to be 2 pi over the b. So that will give me a period of 4 pi. So the final answer should be, since I'm solving over all reals, is going to be 2 pi over 3 plus 4k pi, or 10 pi over 3 plus 4k pi. So remember, if it's a multiple angle, you need to make sure that you find the new period. Now let's do number 10. Tangent of 3x equals 1, so that will give me pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. So think about one of them since they are diagonal to each other. So 3x equals pi over 4. So x is equal to pi over 12. Now I need to think of all the angles that would work since this is in all real numbers. Now remember, the period for tangent is pi over b, so that's pi over 3. So the final answer is going to be pi over 12 plus the new period, which is pi over 3k. And that's the solution for number 10. Now let's do number 14. Cosine 4x cosine x plus sine 4x sine x equals negative 1 over 2. Now that reminds me of the cosine sum formula, so that would give me cosine 4x, where 4x is going to be angle A and x is angle B. So cosine 4x minus x equals negative 1 over 2. So that is cosine of 3x equals negative 1 over 2. Cosine is negative in quadrant 2 and 3, and that puts me at angle 2 pi over 3 and angle 4 pi over 3. So that means that 3x can either be equal to 2 pi over 3 or 4 pi over 3. Now I need to get x by itself, so I need to divide by 9, and that will give me 2 pi over 9 and 4 pi over 9. Now since these two angles are not diagonal, I have to mention both of them, and I need to find my new period, so I would write the final solution over all real numbers. So for cosine, the period is usually 2 pi, but now I have a b value of 3, so the new period is 2 pi over 3. So the final solution is going to be 2 pi over 9 plus 2 pi over 3k, and the other solution is going to be 4 pi over 9 plus 2 pi over 3k.